Hello and welcome to your practice today. Today's practice is called Build Your Crow Part 3. Today we're working on building arm strength as well as abdominal and pelvic floor strength. We're working on hip flexion and spinal flexion. These movements of the body in these areas of the body are important to that particular peak pose. So we're going to start on hands and knees, tabletop shape. So what I would recommend is just placing a blanket across the center of your yoga mat and placing the knees directly on the blanket, and then place the blocks at the front short side. Okay, so as you arrive, take your knees and line them up with your hip points, and then take the hands maybe a little bit wider than the shoulders. Spread through the fingers. You're going to breathe in and start to release the belly down toward the floor, taking a cow tilt. As you exhale, press into your hands and round through your spine. Engage the belly into the spine and gently tone through the pelvic floor muscles. One more time that way. Inhale, release the belly. Lift up through the heart. Exhale, anchor the hands down and round through the spine. Engage the belly button in. Gently tone the pelvic floor. Inhale, release the belly button down toward the floor, lift up through the heart. Now, as you're exhaling, we're going to bring the spine more toward neutral, press into the balls of the feet, and just start to send your sitting bones back toward your heels. So this extended child's pose shape. So increasing hip flexion here, that compression at the front of the hips. We'll do that again. Breathe in, come back up, release through the belly, lift through the heart. Exhale, press the balls of the feet into the mat, send the sitting bones back toward the heels. Breathe in, come back up to all fours, release the belly, lift the heart. This time more of a neutral spine. Press the balls of the feet into the mat, lift the knees, downward facing dog. Lower the knees down to the mat, release through the belly, lift through the heart. Exhale, draw the spine into neutral, tone the abdominal region and pelvic floor, lift the knees, send the sitting bones out. Now holding there in that position, begin to walk out through the feet and the knees a few times. Sending the breath deep down into the bowl of the pelvis, down into the backs of the legs, using the energy of the breath to create opening in the areas of the body that may feel a little more restriction or tension. Okay, as you're breathing in, we're going to walk the toes back maybe 1 to 2 inches. We're going to let the hips roll forward so you come out into plank pose. Now let the knees come down to the floor from there, floating the feet, crossing at the ankles and the calves so that you really hug those lower legs together. Draw the low front ribs in. As you exhale, begin to bend your elbows, bring the chest and the ribs down to the floor, uncrossing the feet. So if the blocks are real close to your face, just sliding them slightly forward. Do a few Cobra Push-Ups here. So slide the hands down in front of the lower chest, press into the feet. And inhale, anchor the hands, anchor the feet, low lift of the chest, or possibly a little higher depending on your spine. Exhale, we're letting the body fold back down toward the floor. So on this flow, we're using the arm strength to help lift the chest. This action is going to strengthen the spine, strengthen the spinal muscles, but it also helps to build arm strength. Press down into your hands and your feet. Inhale. Exhale, come back down. One more time. Inhale to lift the chest. Exhale to come back down. Inhale, press up, all fours. Exhale Tone the balls of the feet into the mat. Lift the knees, downward facing dog. Okay, so from here, we're going to let the weight start to shift into the left ball of the foot. We're going to inhale, send the right heel up into down dog split. So early in the practice, so maybe bending that left knee as the right heel lifts up to reduce the pull on the pelvis and the low back. So as you exhale, we're going to draw the right knee in toward the chest, step the right foot near the right wrist. Turn your back left heel down to the mat. Inhale, warrior two. So circle your arms around. As you land in the warrior two, we're going to turn that right palm up to face the sky, reversing the warrior. So left hand to left thigh. You can loop the left arm around the low back. As you take your exhale, we're going to come back through the warrior two. We're going to bring the arms down and frame the front right foot. Spin off the back heel. Now here's one place you can always use a block. So maybe left hand on the yoga block or left hand on the floor. We're going to take the right arm up into a twist. Revolved high lunge. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, bring your right hand to the inside of your right foot. Walk your hands around to the left long side of the mat. Spin all 10 toes. As you turn to face the long side, we're going to spin the heels in and toes out. We're going to let the left knee bend as we rock upon the right heel in the ninja position. So take the hips toward the floor, open through the inner legs, bringing that left leg into hip flexion. All right, and then walk the hands back around. Frame the right foot, spin the back heel. Step the right foot back, downward facing dog. Okay, we're going to do that same series of poses on the second side. So let the weight go into the right ball of the foot. Inhale as you send your left heel up toward the sky, maybe with some bend in your right knee to reduce the pull across the pelvis and the low back. Exhale, start to hug your left knee in and step the left foot through, spin your right heel down. Inhale, come up to warrior two, shoulders stack over the hips, flip up your left palm. We're going to take the right hand either to the right thigh or around the low back as you come into reverse warrior. Take a breath in, and then as you're exhaling, passing through the warrior two, framing your front left foot, spinning your back right heel. So right hand on the yoga block or on the floor. Inhale, let the left arm sweep up into revolved high lunge. And then on your next exhale, let the left hand come down. Now we're going to walk the hands to the right long side of the mat, spinning the heels in and toes out, bending through the right knee as you take the body into Skandasana, ninja shape. Take a breath in. Take a breath in. And then as you're exhaling, walking over to that left foot, framing the foot, spin the right heel, step back, downward facing dog. Okay, let's go through that one more time. Inhale, right heel is going to reach up toward the sky. Exhale, curl the knee to chest, step the right foot through, spin the back heel down, strengthen down through the legs. Inhale, cartwheel the arms, warrior two, flipping up the right palm, left hand to left thigh, or looping the arm around the low back. Exhale, passing through warrior two, frame the front foot, spin the back heel. Inhale, right arm sweeps up, revolved high lunge. Exhale, right hand to the inside of the right foot. Spin the toes, spin the heels in. Skandasana, ninja shape, left knee bends, right leg extended. On your next inhalation, walk the hands back toward your right foot, spin off your back heel, step back, downward facing dog. Landing there, let the weight start to shift into the right foot. Inhale, send your left heel up into down dog split. Exhale, curl the left knee in toward your chest, step the left foot through, spin the right heel down. Inhale, cartwheel the arms around, find warrior two, flip your left palm. Reversing your warrior, right hand on your right thigh or looping the arm around the low back. On your next exhale, pass through warrior two. Frame your left foot, spin your back right heel. Inhale, left arm is going to sweep up toward the sky. And then as you exhale, left hand comes to the inside of the left foot. Walk the hands around, spinning the heels and toes out. Bend your right knee. Ninja pose. And then walk the hands back to the front, left foot, spin off your back right heel, step back, downward facing dog. You can inhale and maybe sigh it out through the mouth. Okay, we're going to let the weight shift back into the left foot again. Inhale, send the right heel up into downward dog split. Now this time we're going to do a few knee contractions. As you exhale, start to draw the right knee in toward the chest. Shift the weight forward more into the hands and wrist, round through the back. Inhale, send your right heel back up to the sky. Reach along through the crown of the head. Exhale, draw the right knee in. Feel your weight shift forward, crouching plank. Inhale, send your right heel up. Exhale, curl your right knee in. Inhale, send your right heel up, lengthen through the right knee. Exhale, we're going to curl the right knee in, step the right foot near the right wrist. So if you need a slightly wider stance, you might take your left foot and maybe just step it out 1 inch to the left. Right knee is bent. Maybe a soft bend in the left knee. Inhale, scoop the arms up the side, rise up into the warrior lunge. You're going to let your arms come forward in front of the chest. We're going to cross the left arm on top, giving yourself a hug, coming into eagle hug, or winding the forearms around one another and maybe taking the Garudasana eagle arms. We're going to start to lean the torso forward a bit over that right thigh. Draw the tailbone slightly in and just give a little bit of rounding in the back. Okay, inhale and exhale here. Inhale, start to unwind the arms. Let the arms go out and open. Stretch them up by the sides of your face. Feel light as you rise up with the fingertips. Exhale, frame your front foot. Step back, downward facing dog. Shift into the right foot. Inhale, send your left heel up into downward facing dog split. Exhale, curl your left knee in toward the chest. Press into your hands and round through your spine. Inhale, send your left heel up toward the sky. Reach long through the crown of the head. Exhale, curl your left knee in. Press strong into your hands, round your spine. Inhale, send your left heel up. Exhale, curl knee to chest. Shift the weight forward, round through the spine. Inhale, send the left heel up. This time as you're exhaling, curl the knee in. Step the left foot through. So if you want a slightly wider stance, maybe right foot 1 inch to the right. Keep the left knee bent. Inhale, scoop the arms up and along the sides of the face. As you exhale, let your arms come forward so that they're out in front of the chest. We're going to cross the right arm on top. Begin to give yourself a hug, the eagle hug, or we're going to take the forearms, maybe wind them around one another, possibly wind the hands and wrist. Take an inhalation, then you're going to exhale. Draw the belly in toward the spine as you start to lean the torso forward. So giving you that more open feel across the upper back. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale as you unwind your arms. Sweep your arms up by your ears. Feel light in the side waist, light in the eyes. Exhale, frame the left foot. Step the left foot back, downward facing dog. Take a gentle walk out through the feet and the knees. So just to stabilize through that lower back region, let's inhale, come forward into plank. And then just let your thighs start to melt down toward the floor as you melt your hips into Cobra. Draw the chest through, anchor the tops of the feet. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, strong engagement of belly button to spine. Lift the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Pause. Just take a deep breath in and out. Okay, let your knees come down lightly to the floor. We're going to take the forearm planks. You're going to come down onto your elbows and your forearms, either with your hands in prayer, or you can interlock your hands. So you can take the modified forearm planks, so knees down, by just sort of inching your knees back a bit. You can hold in that position. Otherwise, we're going to press the balls of the feet into the mat and possibly lift the knees away from the floor. So you're going to press down into the elbows and the forearms. And a little bit of arch is just fine. That actually brings the pubic bone and the bottom of the sternum closer together, creating engagement in the rectus abdominis muscle, where you can create more length through your spine and reach out through the crown. So you can do it either way. So see if you can avoid taking the hips super high. If you have that arch, it's just a very low arch. Okay, deep breath in. Okay. On your next inhale, if your knees are up, let them come down. We're going to bring the body down onto the belly and the chest. Just start to slide the knees back a bit. Let your belly come down. Slide your elbows a little bit out to the side. Stack your palms. Rest your forehead. Now draw those heels in toward the buttocks, bent knees, and then sway the lower legs from side to side. Okay, let the feet come down. We're going to slide the hands back underneath of the lower chest. We're going to do a Locust Variation. So just hug the elbows in toward the sides of the body. As that's happening, you might already start to feel a light lift of your chest and your face. Draw your tailbone down and start to elevate through the legs. So chest and legs are elevated. Now you can stay here in this position with hands down on the floor. You can float the hands away from the floor. Hug the elbow slightly in. Take another breath in. And then as you're exhaling, let's restack the palms. Rest the forehead on those stacked palms. Bend your knees. Hook those heels in toward the buttocks and then sway out those lower legs. Okay, let's let the feet come down. Let the front body release and relax momentarily. Okay, slide your hands underneath the lower chest. Let's press up to all fours. We're going to bring our legs around to the front short side of the yoga mat, and then we're going to come down onto the spine. As you arrive, you can take a couple rounds of windshield wiper motion. Okay, and we're going to draw the right knee in toward the chest. Hook the hands onto the right shin bones. Send the left leg out along the floor, maybe with a partial bend in the knee. Open the right arm out to the right, holding the right knee with the left hand. Take a breath in and then exhale. Let's draw the right leg across the body, twisting to the left. So your right hip's going to lift away from the floor. Right arm's going to settle down toward the mat. So some of the motions that we emphasize today create some strengthening action across the chest. Crow pose also creates that strengthening across the chest. So this pose is just a nice counter pose, creates opening out from that right side of the chest bone. through the pectoralis muscles and into that upper right arm bone. Inhale, start to come back up to the center. Hug your right knee in, draw your left knee in also. So slide the knees slightly open and then just give a gentle rock across your low back. Okay, keep the left knee in toward the body. Place the right foot down on the floor and then start to slide the right leg out. Maybe it's even, the knee might even still be partially bent or could be fully extended. Hold the left knee with the right hand, open the left arm out to the side. Take a big breath in, and then as you exhale, let's guide the left leg to the right in that single leg spinal twist. Let your left arm have the sensation of sort of sinking or settling. You create openness from the left side of the sternum, out through the pectoralis muscles, out through the upper left arm bone. Okay, last exhale. And then inhale, start to come back around. Draw your left knee in momentarily, and then we're going to take full body stretch. So keep the right leg out. Send the left leg out. Reach your fingertips toward the wall behind you as you stretch your arms by your ears. Okay, keeping the legs extended, but you can bring the arms down by the hips, and you can do a little flexion point through the feet. That creates a gentle rocking all the way up through your body. Breathe in through your nose and maybe blow the breath out through the mouth. All right, we're going to take the heels now a little wider. Heels drop down, toes fall open. Turn your palms upward to face the sky. And just let the weight of your shoulder blades and your arms relax. Release through your eyes and your forehead. Soften any tension around your cheeks or your jawline. And just taking a minute or two here to connect into the natural rhythm of the breath. And if you're ready, you can create some small movements in your hands and in your feet. Allow your knees to bend one at a time, placing your feet flat to the floor. We're going to roll the body over to the right or to the left. Press your hands down and you're going to rise up, come up to your seat. All right. So joining your hands at your heart center in prayer. The light within me sees and bows to that same light that exists within you. Namaste.